gonna grab a towel for it.
Okay, grab your towel. Grab your towel. Okay, good morning. Good morning. It is your favorite trainer, Coach Chuck. Today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, September 28th. Time is flying. Time is flying. That's okay. We are ahead of the game. You get those summer bodies. Summer bodies are built in the fall. So we're going to get started on our summer body for 2023 today. So, you know me, I always like to start these workouts standing on our square. So I want you to find some space. You're going to get on your imaginary square. So you're going to look down and you are standing on your square. What does standing on your square mean? Being on my square to me means that I'm being very intentional about my hydration, my nutrition, my sleep, and my mental health. I'm being very intentional about those four things. When I am doing that on a daily basis, I am on my square. Now, obviously, if I'm not doing those four things, that means that I am off my square. What's the significance of being on that square? Well, life, stress, all of these things that we have to deal with outside of this class is still going to come at you. I would rather react to that being on my square than being off my square. So I like to start each morning just visualizing and putting energy into being on my square, starting the day off like that, okay? So you're going to get on your square, right? You are going to put the weight in your heels. You're going to stand with your feet just outside a hip width apart. And then we're just going to start with some glute engagement. It's going to start off real slow, but then we'll pick it up, okay? So with the weight in your heels, I want you to go ahead and squeeze your glutes together as tight as you can, and then relax them. Squeeze them together as tight as you can, and then relax them. We got two more of these, right? Squeeze your glutes together as tight as you can. Weight is still in the heels, and then relax them. And then on this last time, we're going to go ahead and engage our glutes as tight as we can. And then we're going to keep them engaged. And you're just going to follow my instructions. So keep the weight in your heels. Keep your glutes engaged, okay? Now we're going to go with 4 deep breaths. Now, when I say deep breaths, I want you to breathe in as deep as you can through your nose, and you're going to let the air just fall out through your mouth, okay? And I want you to exaggerate this, right? Meaning that I want your chest to raise. I want you to really stretch out those lungs, and then just let the air passively leave your body. So making sure that the glutes are engaged, weights in the heels. Here we go with the first breath. Breathe in as much as you can. Go. And then just let it fall out. Okay, that was 1. 2. 3. 4. Good job. Okay. So go ahead and relax that. You can go ahead and step off your square. Typically, we do a body scan, but because of the time and because of what we got going on today, we're going to skip that body scan. So first thing we're going to get into is what's called a Tabata. So what a Tabata workout is it is on a running clock for 8 minutes, right? During that 8 minutes, you're going to be doing work for 20 seconds and you get to rest for 10. And we're going to do 8 rounds of that. And you're just going to follow my instructions on what movements that we're going to do. But since we got a new person here today, I'm just going to go ahead and run through those movements really quick, and I can reiterate during our rest periods of the Tabata. The first movement is going to be what's called a jumping jack toe touch, right? So I'm going to start with my feet together, my hands to the side. I'm going to jump, right, to where feet are out, and then I'm going to jump back together, and then I'm going to go down for a toe touch, right? So it looks like this. Now, when I first start and I go down for those knees or for the toes, my knees might bend because my hamstrings are a little tight from last night. But as I warm up, I want to go straighter with those legs, okay? So jumping jack toe touches, that's the first one. Now, modification to the jumping jack toe touch. If I don't feel like jumping this morning, I don't necessarily have to, right? I can step to the side with my jumping jack, touch, step to the side, touch, touch, right? So that's the modification for that one. After that, we're going to roll right into squat kicks, right? And what a squat kick is his feet are going to be just outside of hip width apart, okay? Feet are going to be pointed straight ahead. My knees on my squat are going to bend, but they're not going to go forward. Watch this. See how they're bending? But they didn't go forward, right? That's my squat. Trying to get my hips to or below the height of my knee. Trying to keep those hips back. My hands are forward to evenly distribute the weight so I can stay balanced. And I squeeze super tight at the top. That is your squat. But today, we're going to squat down. And before you're standing all the way up, you're going to kick. Squat. Before this leg gets straight, I'm going to be on one leg. And then once it is straight, kick. Kick. Okay? So that's going to be the second movement of the Tabata. The third movement is just going to be what's called a shoulder tap. What a shoulder tap is I'm going to get down in my push-up position, meaning my hands are underneath the shoulders, okay? My feet are wide. I'm not like this with the shoulders. I'm at the top of the shoulders. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to try to minimize the hip shift as I reach up, tap a shoulder, tap shoulder, tap shoulder. That simple, okay? We're going to run through that 3 times, 2 times. And as soon as I get my little timer here, okay? All right, so remember, we're going to get started with the jumping jack toe touches, okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So jumping jack toe touch is, I gave you a modification. You can use a modification if you want. The one thing I want you to think about is making sure that you're landing softly. Land softly, hands touch above your head. And now we get to rest. You get a 10-second rest, right? We're going to go into those squat kicks next. Squat kicks. All right, so I'm going to squat down before I'm standing up. Bam. Find that balance. Forward. Figure out that breathing. I know when we first start to work out, that body goes into rest it. Your body goes into that fight or flight. We start breathing in our chest, right? Deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay, next is the shoulder tap. Shoulder tap. So we're in that push-up position. We're at the top of the shoulders. We're trying to not let our hips shift, right? Trying to gain that mechanical advantage. We don't want to be doing that. Keep shoulders and hips square towards the ground. And then figure out your breathing. Okay, rest it. Now we're going to do regular jumping jacks. Just regular jumping jacks. Soft feet. I can modify like that, right? Otherwise, deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay, rest it. Now we're going to go back into those squat kicks. Back into those squat kicks. Get into your stance. Feet are just outside, hip width apart. Now, I neglected to mention that when I sink down into my squat, I want my knees wide. Then I'm going to come out, kick with balance, kick forward. Bam. Bam. Okay, rest it. We're going to go into shoulder taps next. Shoulder taps next. So we're in our push-up position, right? Upper back is completely domed up. And I'm pushing away from the ground. Hips are still. No movement in the hips. or at least that is the goal. Okay. Take it from the top. Let's go back to the jumping jack toe touch. Back. Okay. This is number 7. So we got one more movement after this. Soft feet. Figure out that breathing. Okay, we're going to finish on that squat kick. We're going to finish on that squat kick in 3 seconds. The feet are wide. I'm going to squat down right before this leg is straight. I'm going to kick, and I'm going to go forward. Drop down. Drop down. Drop down. Okay, good job. So that was the Tabata. Go ahead and grab yourself a little bit of water. We are going to start with some core activation, and then we'll get into our EMOM for the day. So with this core activation, we're going to go through 2 movements. One is your forearm plank. Okay, so that forearm plank, get you down on the ground on your mat. You're going to get down on your elbow. Now, the position for that elbow is that I don't want to be way out here because I'm putting a lot of stress on my shoulder that way. And I don't want to be like this because I'm also putting a lot of stress on my shoulder. Now, the exercise puts stress on your shoulder, period, but you want to load it vertically, meaning resistance travels in a straight line or gravity travels in a straight line. So I want to make sure that my elbow is underneath my shoulder. Then look at my back. I'm going to dome my back up and make sure that I am evenly pressing through both feet, okay? That is all you need to do, and we're going to do that for 1 minute. Now, I am going to be yelling out the time. So if you can't do a 1-minute plank, just listen to the time and then jump back in and finish strong with me if you have to break it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, forearm plank. Now, a lot of times when we get into doing this forearm plank, people want to put their fists together in this position because it's more comfortable. I want you to take your fist and spread them apart. I want them just as wide as your elbows. Okay, that was 23 seconds. We're just breathing. That was 30 seconds. Again, if you need to break this up, no problem. Again, I'm going to be yelling out the time. You just jump back in. We got 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5. And rest it. Good job. Good job. Okay, now we're going to switch between that movement and what's called a Superman. So our Superman, same thing is I'm going to be on the ground. I'm going to separate my toes and point them. I'm going to extend my arms above my head with thumbs pointed up towards the ceiling. When I say go, I'm going to squeeze my glutes to lift my legs straight and lift my hands. And I'm just going to hold this position, trying to keep my arms straight, trying to keep my knees straight, trying to keep my toes pointed, engaging my glutes. We're only going to go 30 seconds on this one. Okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Superman. You're pointing with the toes, and you're reaching with the arms, with the fingers. Thumbs up. The priority, try to get the hands above your head. and extend it. We're halfway there. That was 15 seconds. That was 20 seconds. We got 10 left. Squeeze your glutes. 5 seconds. And rest it. Good job, you guys. Good job. Grab a quick sip of water. We got 2 more rounds of that, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of our workout. We're going to start again with that forearm plank. We got 1 minute. Couple of deep breaths. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. So it's starting to cool off outside. It is starting to cool off. And I am trying to change the way in which I think about winter coming. In the past, it's just kind of been a dark cloud for whatever reason. Well, we know what the reason is. Our winters are cold and they're long. And I don't want to go to my grave with a dark cloud in the fall. Do not want to do that. I got to change that up. Here, we got 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. We got the Twin Cities Marathon this weekend on Sunday. 10 seconds left. Get out and cheer those people on. 5 seconds left. And rest it. Plus, I got 3 athletes that are running that, so I got to go out and show some support. All right. Superman. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Point those toes, thumbs are up. Okay. Now, if you're feeling this in your hamstrings, I'm going to need you to engage your glutes a little tighter. Right? Because even though we're lifting the legs, we're not necessarily using the muscles in the legs to lift them. We're going to use our glutes to lift those legs up. Got 5 seconds. And rest. Good job. Okay. Stay with me. We got 1 more of these left. And then we're going to get into the workout. That sounds daunting, right? What do you mean? We haven't been working out already? Now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it. Okay. Here we go. Let's get this last forearm plank. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Okay, we got 40 seconds. Remember, we're doming that back up. Flex your quads to try to straighten those knees. Okay, fists are apart. Got 30 seconds. We're halfway here. And then make sure that we are breathing. Breathe. Breathe. As human beings in our modern environment, we either breathe or brace. We have to retrain ourselves to breathe as we brace. 5 seconds. And rest it. Good job. Okay, last Superman. Last Superman. And we will get into it. We will get into it. All right. Get this done. 3, 2, 1. Superman. Squeeze those glutes. Deep breaths. Reach and point. We are halfway. Five seconds. And rest it. Good job. Good job. All right, I'm going to bring you back up. and let's discuss the workout. So we have an EMOM. What an EMOM is it stands for, it's an acronym for every minute on the minute. So what that means is that our workout today is going to consist of 5 different movements at the top of each minute. Okay. So I'm just going to let you know what it is. Right. First minute is going to be, we're going to try to get in 50 jumping jacks in 1 minute. That means is that if you can get 50 jumping jacks done in 30 seconds, which you're going to be working hard to get that done, you'll get 30 seconds of rest before we start the next movement, which will be mountain climbers, right? We need 40 mountain climbers. We need to get that done in a minute. Again, if we get that done in 30 seconds, we got 30 seconds of rest. If not, we don't have very much rest. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be a cardio workout here. Then we have 30 squats, minute 3. Then we have 20 high knees, minute 4. And then we have 10 burpees, minute 5. Now, the first round of this, I'm not going to run the clock. We're just going to get it done. Well, I'm going to run it just to see the timing of it. And then after that, I'm firing up the clock and we're going to see how many rounds of these we can get. I'm shooting for 3, but the gold standard is 5. So let's just see how we feel. You know me, Coach Chuck is all about creating a positive relationship with you and movement, right? We have enough abusive relationships in our lives. If we're going to be introducing movement or fitness, the last thing we want to do is introduce an additional abusive relationship. So with my workouts, you're going to see, I'll write these puppies down, but we're going to go by how we feel as a group. Make sense? Okay. Let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and just start the clock for this first round, but we're only doing it to see how long it takes us to get this. Now, I've done this workout before, but it's been a long time since I did it. So otherwise, I'd have more information for you. Okay. Sip of water, and then we're going to jump into those 50 jumping jacks. And we got to get it done in a minute. But we got to do it with all the movement requirements that are there. Soft feet, touching the hands at the top of your head. All right? Here we go. We need 50. 3. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get fancy here. We got a 10-second countdown. Watch this. All right. Here we go. We got 5 seconds. You'll hear it count down. 50 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 45 seconds. Took me 45 seconds. Good job. Okay. Next movement is a mountain climber. So what our mountain climber is I'm going to get down on the ground. I'm going to spread my fingers apart so that I can grab the floor. I'm going to get up in my plank. Now, a lot of times when I see people doing mountain climbers, it looks like this. Let me show you what's wrong with that. I'm not even going to tell you, I'm just going to show you, right? So watch me make the adjustment. Now, when I move my upper body over my hands, I can support most of my weight over my upper body and my feet can float. Okay, so we got the first one done, 50 jumping jacks, 45 seconds. Let's see how long it takes us to do 40 mountain climbers. Okay, now with those mountain climbers, last thing, and then we'll get into it, is that I can walk them or I can run them. But my foot does not touch up here It only touches down there. Okay? Deep breath, 2 of them. Okay. Now we're gonna, okay, we got that 10-second countdown again. Mountain climbers, we need 40. Our reps are 50, 40, 30, 20. Go, mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 2, 3, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Nice. Okay. I think I did that clock wrong, but that's okay. Okay. Next movement, regular squats. We need 30 squats in 1 minute, right? So 30 air squats. So those squats, again, feet are just outside of hip width apart. Knees are going to bend, but they're not going to go forward. I'm going to get as low as I can. Knees are wide. Squeeze my butt at the top. We need 30 of these. Let's see how long it takes us to do that. Remember, squeeze your glutes super tight at the top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the weight in the heels. 5, 6, 7. Keep the chest up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Halfway. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, that took me 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Okay. We'll give it 10 seconds here, and then we're going to go into high knees. High knees is going to be minute 4's movement. And we need 20 of those. So what high knees are is, now this is the modification, right? My knee has to get higher than my hip. So I can go here for my high knee movement, or I can go here. If you choose the second movement of the high knees, soft feet, okay? Deep breath, let's do 2 of them. Okay. 10 seconds to high knees. All we need is 20. Go, high knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one goes quick. That one goes quick, especially if you run it. So that took me about 13 seconds. So you'll see, once we let this clock rip, you'll find spaces to rest. Now, burpees. Burpees, everybody loves burpees. If you know anything about Coach Chuck, 1 year, I decided to do 50 burpees a day for a whole year and put it on social media. So if you're interested in watching a crazy man do burpees every day, go back on my social media. You'll see it. It's every day. So I'm a burpee connoisseur. So I'm going to start with the modification of the burpee, right? So feet. This is the modification of the burpee. Feet are wide. I'm going to shoot my hands up. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to step back. Right? I'm going to do my push-up, but I'm going to press myself up on the knees, and then I'm going to try to hop my feet or walk my feet. Let's walk them. Right? Here, and then hands up. Right? All right. And then hands up. So that's the modification. Now I can also omit the push-up and do what's just called an up-down. It counts. What that is it's a small hop. I put my hands down on the ground. I kick back. I jump forward with my feet flat and then jump. Right? This counts. We're just omitting the burpee. And then the actual burpee is going to be you're jumping, right? You do your push up. Okay, so we just need 10 of those. Let's rock out 10 in 10 seconds. Two seconds. Need 10 burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that took me 37 seconds. "37 seconds. Okay, people. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. I want you to grab a little bit of water. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths, and we're going to fire up this clock, and we're going. And we are going. No more explaining. Okay. Again, we're shooting for 3. 3 is the minimum. 3 is the minimum. No stopping the clock. Reps are 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Starting with the jumping jacks. 10 seconds. Here we go. 50 jumping jacks. Go. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, it took 45 seconds. Now, as soon as you're finished, start breathing deep. We got mountain climbers next. And mountain climbers, go. We need 40 of these. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39. Oh, do we only need 40? I think I messed up on that one. That's okay. I'll put that in my extra credit book. It took about 20 seconds. Next, we have 30 squats. Well, we got 30 seconds. The nice thing about the clock, sometimes it's forgiving. 20 seconds. Squats are next. Five seconds. We only need 30 of these. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the weight in the heels. 7. Knees wide. 8, 9. Squeeze that glute super tight at the top. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That took 40 seconds. We got high knees next. High knees next. 10 seconds. Deep breaths. High knees, soft feet. 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Okay, we got a long rest before we got to hit these burpees. Gave you a couple of modifications. Figure out which one you're going to use. And don't feel like you got to be married to one of them, right? If on this first one, you walk to burpees or you do it standard, on the next one, you can walk them. So don't feel like you have to commit. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Get these burpees. Okay, 2 seconds. Here we go. 10 burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the first round. That's the first round. Good job. Good job. Okay. Deep breaths. Got 15 seconds. Fill up those lungs. Five seconds. We have 50 jumping jacks. Here we go. 50. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 50. Deep breaths. Okay, we got those 40 mountain climbers coming up in 2 seconds. Unforgiving. Mountain climbers, we need 40. Let's go. 1, 2, 10, 20, 30. Away. Hold on. And 40. It's crazy when you get to working out, or at least for me, it's really loud in my head to where I can't do simple math. Sometimes I got to use poker chips when I'm working out. Okay, we got 15 seconds. We need those squats. Air squats. Feet are pointed straight ahead. Keep that chest up. Knees go wide at the bottom. Here we go. 1, 2. We just need 3. We need 30 of these. 4, 5, 6. Squeeze the butt tight at the top. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Good job. Here we got 15 seconds to 20 high knees. 20 high knees. Soft feet, high knees. 5 seconds. 20 soft feet, high knees. Here we go. 2. All right. A long rest before these burpees. A long rest. We need 10 burpees. 10 burpees. Okay, we got 30 seconds. Right about now, when I like to start taking those deep breaths again. It's almost like you got to force your body out of fight or flight. Otherwise, it will continue to take short breaths until you catch up. You can force it to catch up quicker. Okay. 2 seconds, 10 burpees. Let's get it. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 37 seconds. All right, people. This is going to be the last round because we still have our affirmation to do. And I don't want to keep you the full hour. So, I'm going to run through this one more time. Do some breathing. Get into our affirmation and I'll cut you loose. Here we go. 50 jumping jacks. Let's go. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 30, 40, 50. I feel like I'm jumping jacking forever. 50 jumping jacks. Good job. We got those 40 mountain climbers coming up next. I expect these to be the best mountain climbers you've done because we've had so much practice. Here we go. 40 mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1, go. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh my God. Mountain climbers are kicking my tail this morning. All right, we got 30 seconds. 2 30 air squats. Love, absolutely love these morning workouts. You get it done. You leave the door open for a second workout, whether that comes in the form of walking your dog or whatever. It's also nice to walk up to people and say, hey, what'd you do today? All early. And when they ask you, all you do is just smile. Okay, 30 squats. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Deep as you can. Squeeze the glutes tight at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Woo! Quads. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, we got 20 high knees in 5 seconds. I drug those squats out. Okay, 20 soft feet, high knees. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. Okay, big rest before your last burpees. Right? Whenever we are doing workouts that have a lot of reps in them, I want you to be done with that old thought of, I just need to get it done. Each rep is an opportunity to practice good movement. Good movement adds up over time. Practice does not make permanent, or practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So every time you move, you are reinforcing a movement pattern. You want good movement patterns that are going to be good for your joints in the long run. Practice perfect movement. The priority is the movement, not the reps. 10 burpees. Your best burpees. Here we go. No clock. Just give me good burpees, good clean burpees. In 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job. Now, the first part of that round of applause is just thanking your body for getting up this early. Now, I get up Monday through Saturday at 4 o'clock. So it's almost like my body does it automatically. But in the spirit of trying to create a positive relationship with movement, I thank it anyway, right? So if it got up and it did what I asked it to do this morning, show it a little gratitude, a little pat on the back, a little high five. Now, these are all things that I used to consider corny. But now I realize the power in them. Most of us don't get any positive regard all week until we come to Coach Chuck's class. And I'm always like, good job, because you showed up. But if we don't get that because we need it, then we need to provide it for ourselves. So thank your body for getting up and doing what you asked it to do today, because you're fortunate. There's a lot of people that want their bodies to do things and it won't do it for them. Okay, so let's get into the affirmation or today's words of wisdom. Today it's words of wisdom. So what I do is every night before a class is I go and I read through affirmations. Whichever affirmation or words of wisdom speaks to me, then I put that on our sheet and then I share it with you, maybe with a story, or maybe I just give it to you and you take it and you do whatever you need with it. Today's words of wisdom is, or are, if you avoid the conflict to keep the peace, you start the war inside yourself. So if you avoid the conflict to keep the peace, you start the war inside yourself. So I was reading through, there was a really good affirmation that I saw last night, but I read this first, and it reminded me of where I live. I live in Minnesota. Minnesota nice, right? Everybody, or most people, are trying to avoid conflict. But the problem with that is that when you avoid conflict with whoever it is that you're interacting with, I mean, you do start a little bit of a war. There's resentment that can kind of build up because you didn't say or you didn't provide your needs so that that person had an opportunity to help you with your needs. You just avoided the conflict. And now you're mad at that person. That person has no clue that you're mad at them, but you're acting out of this anger, right? And that stood out to me because a lot of times I just, you're in Minnesota. I'm not from Minnesota, but I've been here for a number of years. And you can just see it. I'll give you a quick example and then I'll cut you loose. I just got back from Sedona, Arizona. I went out there with a buddy of mine to do some hiking. We hiked all day. We went to a restaurant in the evening to get some food because we had gotten back too late to cook. We're sitting at the bar, lights around. It's a nice bar. They're doing karaoke. They got some good food. We're just hanging out. We sit down at the bar. These lights are bright. I mean, they're like super bright. And everybody's sitting around talking or whatever. We ordered some drinks. We ordered some food. Then all of a sudden, the bartender goes off and dims the lights. And the whole room was just like, oh, thank God. But nobody said anything. Nobody was like, hey, can you dim these lights? Everybody just kind of endured it until the bartender turned the lights down. And what it reminded me of, and the reason why it reminded me of this, because we talked to a lot of people, and believe it or not, there are a lot of people from the Midwest down in Sedona or in Arizona area, right? And so we were down there with a bunch of Midwesterns who are passive aggressive and who will avoid the conflict, but don't understand the cost of that. So I apologize. I can get really, really wordy, but I want you to take these words with you. If you avoid the conflict to keep the peace, right, you start the war inside yourself. So with that, wake up, wake up, wake up. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I will be back here Friday morning at 5 a.m. doing the same thing. I would really love it if you would join me. If you cannot, I get it. You can always watch these classes later on Subkit. Questions. We got a new person today, so I want to open it up for some questions if there are any. Emily, do you have any questions?
I don't. That was a great workout. Thank you.
Okay, so are you familiar with a rate of perceived exertion? Meaning how much you have exerted yourself?
Oh, I understand the concept, but I haven't heard that term.
So a 1, your level of exertion. Sitting at home, reading a book, that's your level of exertion is a 1. You're 10, you're running for your life, right? Someone dropped you off in the middle of 94 and you have to get to the other side, right? In the middle, that's a 10. That is your level of exertion. Now, exercise, as you know, is all about stimulus to elicit a response, right? So I'm going to stimulate my body. My body's going to say, hey, our current situation is not working. We need to get stronger. And then that's the response, okay? Now, the reason why our legs aren't this big, full of muscle from just walking around is because walking is not enough stimulus. So if I said, instead of walking around, Emily, now you got to walk around like this, right? Now, all of a sudden, we've shot up the stimulus and you'll start to see some response. How do we know what the right amount of stimulus is? Well, if you go off that number system for human beings, you want to be right at a 6, a 7, or an 8. We very rarely train at 9 or 10. Even elite athletes very rarely train at 9 or 10. We are at 6, 7, or 8. Now, whenever you do something and it feels like a 4, it's better than doing nothing, but you can manipulate the variables to make it a 6, right? You can go heavier on your weight. you can go faster, or you can increase your incline. But you want to always be thinking, if I want to elicit this response, I got to make sure that I'm being mindful of my level of exertion. Now, the reason why that becomes important is because if I asked you, Emily, give me a number, and you said 4, then that lets me know who I'm dealing with right now, right? I need to turn it up because Emily's not getting enough, right? But if Emily goes, I'm a 9, I got to be like, okay, let's turn it down. Now, the beauty about those numbers is they don't stay the same, right? Your number could be a 6 now, and then in a week, you're like, dude, that was a 2, Coach Chuck. I need you to, and then it's a good way that we can communicate, right? Make sense?
Yep, makes sense.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, thank you. And thank you for the business. And we hope to see you here Friday morning. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me outside of this. And I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you.
So, love the person you are becoming and go out there and attack this Wednesday. Bye.